This is the moment we've all been waiting for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
All your feelings hurt when it get real. All of them fakes, so they ain't ready now. It be too hard, we getting lit, cause we speaking now. Fuck all the clowns, yeah, the ones who do it for the bite.
selftalk Sports Man, it's Lamont. We are back with another podcast episode, man. And today, you know, we got to react to it, man. I mean, it definitely went down last night, man. So, salute to Mr. Skinny, man. Mr. Skinny, man, finally was able to get Kwame Brown and Gilbert on the same platform to kind of talk it out. So we can see what's what in this whole weird, awkward beef that I feel like was perpetuated and stirred by Kwame Brown. And it was just all awkward to me. You guys saw our takes on it. Obviously, when we dropped the video on it, after looking at both sides, it looked like Gilbert Arenas honestly did nothing to perpetuate or push this beef. He really only defended and praised Kwame Brown's, even though that's against popular belief. Everybody and their mama believes that Kwame Brown was an ultimate bust in the NBA. You have the 1% of people that are really trying to make excuses for this man to try to push a narrative that he wasn't. Again, I'm fine with that as well. That's just all basketball talk. Everybody's gonna have different opinions on those things. Today, I just wanted to break down two small snippets of video. And there was one particular portion of the video that just kind of stood out to me. Make sure if you guys want to watch the full video, I'm going to put the link to Mr. Skinny's video in the description of my video. Make sure you guys go check that full video out because it ultimately was a good video. I felt like Gilbert Arenas just was hitting Kwame Brown with so many facts. The man couldn't stay on point. We've seen something similar over here on FYF Sports. Same situation. Kwame Brown comes over here, he evades the talking points, he evades every question and just starts talking about random things that have nothing to do with the questions or topic on hand. You guys have seen that play out and unfold here on FYF Sports. But there was a particular situation that were so eerily similar, which for me just completely explains who Kwame Brown is. And just absolutely why he absolutely has no credibility when it comes to a lot of the things that he says. And which is why when he left our show, many of us were left with the opinion that this man is just simply contradicts himself at every turn and is just extremely hypocritical. Yes, he did come over here and apologize. Salute to him for doing that, right? Obviously, that aspect of it, which was very petty, we quashed that. His little thing that he did with Tiki TV, and trying to reference, my criminal history. Again, that was all aside from the point. It was just another tactic to divert from some of the things that we were actually talking about. But I'm gonna play two clips for you guys, man. And I just want to watch these two clips. We're gonna break it down because again, I think these two clips just completely define who Kwame Brown is, and it's just absolutely undeniable. It's just completely funny. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and go to the first clip right here. As you guys can see right here, man, we all remember this day right here. Y'all see the title of the video, man. Obviously I had to troll what him and Ticket TV were doing. Kwame Brown, Bust Life, and Ticket TV expose FYF sports debates. I mean, that's what they were attempting to do. They were attempting to expose me on, I guess, something that had nothing to do with either basketball or coding and trades. That just tells you right there, I come with the max ether. When people have to attack me outside of, you have to look to other things outside of the talking points on hand. But this was a segment in the video, and I'm gonna play this. So this is the first clip I want you to say, because this clip is just gonna refresh everyone's memory, right? I'm gonna play this clip, and you guys let me know if you recall this very moment when Kwame Brown pulled up the FYF Sports, right? And then we're gonna compare this to another clip that unfolded as Gilbert Arenas and Kwame Brown attempted to hash things out on Mr. Skinny's podcast channel yesterday. But let me go ahead and get to this particular clip.
Show very quiet, very respectful. Even your demeanor now. I mean, you're very thirsty every time I'm talking, and it's almost like you're doing that as nervous energy because you can't really stop talking and just listen if you're not doing something. And so I look at people's body language, and it's like everything about you says, I'm really not interested in what the other person is saying. So I'm gonna laugh, I'm gonna drink water, I'm gonna do whatever while that person is talking. But while I'm talking, everybody better hear me, and I better be able to finish. So I would challenge you on, if you come to somebody else's show, come with a good faith conversation. Come with good intentions. I didn't come on this show disrespecting you. This is your house. I didn't come home cursing. I didn't call you out your name. Now, when you over there on Mama's Cooking, when you over there on Bus Life, it is my platform. Now, should I've said some of the things I've said to you?
Now, we're going to stop it right there. We're going to stop it right there, y'all. Now, again, I want y'all to focus on, obviously, the man had a problem with me drinking water. Now, I didn't, you know what? I wanted to stay focused. I wanted to stay locked in on the topic because, you know, this is why I didn't even address that particular comment. I felt it was petty. I felt it was off topic. And again, it was just another diversion to bring up something completely outside of the topic, right? Just to throw people off and just to continue this filibuster that he's doing, just talking about random things that have nothing to do with what we're talking about that particular day. The man said that I was drinking water. He said me drinking water was some weird, awkward form of nervous energy, right? Actually, just to explain to you guys, and this is something that we've done on the channel before, me, Big Chest, Goat, Mike, I was in the middle of a water fast. My stomach was growling. I was extremely hungry. You guys already know, early that morning, I didn't even expect this live stream. I didn't even know where this live stream came from, right? I had just woke up. This is why I'm on my phone. I'm setting up the live. I'm shooting out the notifications because I didn't even plan to go live this morning. I never go live in the mornings. And that's what happened in this particular instance right here. So what I'm doing is the first thing I do when I'm in the middle of a water fast, I wake up in the morning and I start drinking my liter of water. I have to get it down early. Otherwise, I'm going to be dealing with hunger pains throughout the entire day. I just didn't feel like explaining it right then and there. Because again, me having to take time away from the topic of what we were trying to get to, right? Really exposing some of the hypocritical and contradicting things that he does and says. If I would have went off topic to address that, that would have just took away from what we were trying to do. Remember, we try to set people up for the max ether. We can't bother with the little petty, nonchalant comments that have nothing to do with what we're talking about. But I want you guys to remember this right here. He said me drinking water early in the morning, at least for me, because I'm on the West Coast, was me giving out and exuding nervous energy. Although throughout this same video, he had a cup of, I don't know if it was alcohol or some type of beverage that he was continuously seeking on. I still chose not to even bring that up. So I'm now gonna play you guys a clip. I'm gonna play you a clip from Mr. Skinny's video. And I want you guys to check out what happens when Gilbert Arenas calls out Kwame Brown. Man, this is comical, man. And this, again, hypocrisy at its finest, man. You guys check this clip out from Mr. Skinny's show last night with Kwame Brown and Gilbert Arenas trying to hash things out.
Why you can't stop talking about niggas, dog? They don't ask you nothing.
Now I know you don't watch.
So all
now
black
I know
guys you gonna talk about.
I have a sports show. We talk about sports. I don't talk bad about the players. I don't. Ben Simmons, I protect Ben Simmons. I kill the coach. I kill the general manager. That's what I do on my show, Kwame.
You're like a white boy, nigga. I know how you really talk.
Have I said anything bad about Kwame on the show? No, at all.
To me, you did.
I've never said anything bad about fucking Kwame. So why are you really mad?
I'm asking you.
Why do you need a beer? Put the beer down. Put the beer down. You don't need a beer. You don't need a beer every time you talk. All right? Put the beer down. We can have a conversation.
You know I'm grown, right?
You don't need a beer. You don't need a beer, Kwame. Huh?
Right.
Oh, you don't need a beer.
That's another white boy tactic.
I know you. I know you about to get saucy and get reckless. I lived Kwame Brown, didn't it? Huh? I know who Kwame Brown is.
Can you finish what you were saying though? Because you're looking real soft right now on your birthday.
worried about another grown man with a drink
I
in
wasn't
his hand.
worried about another girl.
Nigga, I'm in my motherfucking hotel room. You got me back here. I ain't leaving for the night, and I can't have a beer because you say so at
I'm
11
fucking your
o'clock.
day up like you fuck mine up. How about that?
Man, this is nighttime, dumbass boy.
What?
Nighttime. This ain't day. It's 11 o'clock over here.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock over here, so my day hasn't even got started yet. So I'm saying,
It still ain't day. It's
so
8
I'm
o'clock
saying,
over there,
how do
nighttime.
I ask this one? If someone makes a statement,
I told you guys this is absolutely unbelievable right here. And again, I want you guys to really, again, this is what I mean right here. This is why it's so easy to max ether people like this. I really didn't even bother doing a max ether on Kwame Brown. That just would have just simply been too easy. But it's clips like this that show you that this man cannot remember one talking point to the next. 1 minute he's on my show, and when I take a sip of water early in the morning, because I have to get my liter of water down early, he doesn't know I'm water fasting, so I disregard the comment, right? Because I know it's just a diversion tactic, because he has no answers for some of the hypocritical things that he says and does, right? Gilbert Arenas tells the man, and mind you, this Gilbert Arenas tells the man, look, put the beer down, man. Let's have a conversation. But when Kwame Brown gets called out for having a drink in his hand, constantly sipping on this beer, Kwame, you told me that was nervous energy. You told me that was nervous energy, right? When I can't put the drink down, and like I said, I just started the live, right? Normally when I start my live, I prepare. I have notes around me. My notifications are put out. I normally didn't go live in the morning, so I got all types of things going off on my phone that I'm trying to set up to make sure this live gets out to everybody that wants to watch. And I'm trying to set all these things up because as I progress through the show, you see that I'm not drinking water as much because I'm getting close to finishing my liter, and all my notifications get pushed out, so I don't have to start doing all of these things. But Kwame Brown, so when Gilbert Arenas, similar to how when you asked me to put the drink down, and that was nervous energy, when Gilbert Arenas asked you to put the drink down, you say that what he's doing is a white boy tactic. It's a white boy tactic. It's a strategy. And again, throughout this conversation with on Mr. Skinny's channel, everything that whenever you didn't have an answer to what Gilbert said, you said it was white boy tactics. You said, like, he asked you a number. I'm talking about, you guys need to watch this. He asked, Gilbert Arenas said, what did I do to you? Many times. He said, what did I do to you? Gilbert Arenas said, you keep saying everything outside, all these other situations that don't involve me and you. What did I do to you? And every time Gilbert Arenas asked that question, Kwame Brown would be like, white boy tactics. Look, I'm going to play it back one more time. You guys got to check this out. I told you, I'm going to play it back one more time. You guys saw my video, right? How Kwame Brown called me out just for drinking a bottle of water in the morning. But watch his response when Gilbert Arenas tells him to put the beer down and have a conversation. I'm going to let you watch it again because, like I said, these are the easy ways. This is how you know people are ready for the debate stage or not. This man right here can't remember left from right, man. Check this out one more time.
Ben Simmons, I protect Ben Simmons. I kill the coach. I kill the general manager. That's what I do on my show, Kwame.
Looking like a white boy, nigga. I know how you really talk.
Have I said anything bad about Kwame on the show? No, at all.
To me, you did.
I've never said anything bad about fucking Kwame. So why are you really mad?
I'm asking you.
Why do you need a beer? Put the beer down. Put the beer down. You don't need a beer. You don't need a beer every time you talk. All right? Put the beer down. We can have a conversation.
You know I'm grown, right?
You don't need a beer. You don't need.
Look at the man's face, man. Look at the man's face. The man absolutely doesn't know what to say. You know I'm grown, right? Hold on, Kwame Brown. You literally just said the same thing to me because, again, what you were doing was, you literally had no clue what you were talking about when Ticket TV came on your show, giving you this false fictitious information, finessing with it when you titled your video calling me out saying I was a snitch, this, that, and the other, and you had no clue about me or that particular situation. You had no clue. And when Gilbert Arenas in this instance, because you literally deflected and you failed to answer one single question, I would think you're drinking too much too. because you literally didn't answer nothing. You just kept ducking and evading everything. You literally had your entire fan base thinking Gilbert Arenas took money out of your pocket, and you couldn't even tell this man Gilbert Arenas how he took money out your pocket. You just kept saying it's white boy tactics. He's destroying and going that. These are the same things you told me, that we tear down black players, black athletes. Gilbert Arenas actually does everything in his power on his show to protect the athletes, and he goes at the GMs, something that we've been pushing and preaching on this channel for a long time. He has one of the few sports shows that does absolutely everything possible to protect the athlete and go at the GMs and the ones in the front offices that make these decisions. What are you talking about? We're gonna finish playing this out though, because again, I want people to see the full your body language, everything that's going on here, because again, it's a complete contradiction to what you told me on my show. But now when Gilbert Arenas calls you out for the same thing, you say that it's white boy tactics. So is what you did to me about the drink white boy tactics? Because you did exactly the same thing. You told me to put a drink down that I was sipping on. It was just a bottle of water. Something that everybody should be drinking first thing in the morning. Let's continue playing the clip. I want you guys to hear this.
Huh? Oh, you don't need to be
that's another white boy tactic.
I know you. I know you about to get saucy and get reckless. I lived Kwame Brown, didn't it? Huh? I know who Kwame Brown is.
Can you finish what you were saying though? Can you looking real soft right now on your birthday, worried about another grown man with a drink in his hand?
Worried about another
nigga.
Worried about another grown man with a drink in his hand. Kwame Brown. That's exactly what you did to me on my platform. You were worried about another grown man with a drink in his hand. And all I was doing was drinking a bottle of water. Funny thing is, if you watch that same video where he said that to me, he had a drink in his hand as well. And every time I started talking, he started sipping out of some cup with a straw in it like he was drinking a mixed drink. It was hypocritical then. Gilbert Arenas says the same thing to you about putting a drink down, putting a beer down. And you claim the same thing that you did to me on my show was white boy tactics. Right? The same thing. This is what I mean. This is why a lot of people do not take you seriously. This is literally why your entire fan base is only there for the drama. And when you talk about serious topics, people do not care to listen because it's hypocritical at every turn. And it's hard for people to take you seriously on serious topics when you are switching up as the wind blows. This man, Kwame Brown, literally switches up as the wind blows when this man talks. It's undeniable. Look, it doesn't matter what he says. I mean, again, I don't expect him. I honestly don't care if he reacts to this or has an opinion on it. Again, it's not me. This is on video. These actions are documented, right? These actions are documented. You did the same thing to me that Gilbert Arenas did to you. And yet when you do it, it's you being a so-called alpha male, so-called checking me. But when Gilbert Arenas checks you, because all through this video with Mr. Skinny, he called you the beta and said, you know, you're the one that fake and got to say you're alpha all the time. When alpha is simply a mindset and you are alpha, you don't have to tell people you are alpha. And when he tells you to put the beer down, because again, in this sense, I understand why he was telling you to put the beer down, because you were acting like you were inebriated, because you weren't answering any questions. You don't need another sip. You can't even answer the most basic questions. And he tells you to put it down. And now you tell him he's worried about what another grown man has in his hand drinking. It's exactly what you did to me. Man, oh man. We're gonna play a little bit more, but we're gonna get off this topic. We're gonna get off this. Just play another tad bit more. I want to hear the last few things he had to say on this.
I'm in my motherfucking hotel room. You got me back here. I ain't leaving for the night, and I can't have a beer because you.
I'm fucking your day up like you fuck mine up. How about that?
Man, this is nighttime, dumbass boy.
What?
This is nighttime. This ain't day. It's 11 o'clock over here.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock over here, so my day hasn't even got started yet. So I'm saying
it still ain't day.
I'm saying, I ask this one: if someone makes a statement about you while I'm there, what am I supposed to do?
been running the same script for forever since you met me in 2010.
Oh, like I said, the funniest thing is that clip ended with Gilbert Arenas asking, like I've been saying before, asking him a very clear and concise question. And Kwame Brown responds with rhetoric and things that have nothing to do with what he asked. This is all that happened last night on Mr. Skinny Show. This was it was mind-blowing to me. It was absolutely mind-blowing to me. And the one thing that blew my mind even more is even before Kwame Brown pulled up, you guys got to go check this out. Go to Mr. Skinny's channel. Watch the full 4-hour live. The people that came up and asked Kwame Brown questions, there was a lady that came up and was like, when is this going to end, Gilbert? Hold on. When are y'all, okay, I want to know, Kwame Brown fans, when are you guys going to ask Kwame these questions? This is not something that Gilbert Arenas instigated. This was sparked off by Kwame Brown. He brought it up. He made it an issue. He started talking about it. The only thing Gilbert Arenas did was respond after Kwame Brown made such a big deal about it, right? That people were probably going to Gilbert's page making comments, and he said, I'm going to address it. That's it's similar to me. Only thing he did was respond. After Kwame Brown did his 2 videos, did one video about me, and then he did another video saying he was with Tiki TV exposing me, all I did was come to my channel and go live. What I did was a response. Yet I had Kwame Brown fans in my chat saying, oh, you just need to apologize and leave it alone. Why do I have to leave it alone? In Gilbert's sense, why does Gilbert have to leave it alone? This is not something that he instigated. He's just responding. Then you have a grown man, literally a grown man that pops up on Mr. Skinny's channel and he says, well, it's not about the basketball. It's about what happened to the money. Hold on. Like I said, some of these people you can tell don't have a lick of understanding with regards to sports, contracts, agents, how these money work. See, the bad part about this is that Kwame understands. And Kwame knows without a doubt that Gilbert Arenas did not cost him any money whatsoever. Kwame knows that it was his own actions. Kwame lied about getting benched for 20 games. Gilbert Arenas exposed it in Mr. Skinny's video. Literally, Gilbert Arenas answered every question that was presented to him. He exposed the fact that Kwame was lying about getting benched and all of these things that supposedly cost him money. He exposed the fact that Kwame lied about his stats in his contract year. Kwame's 3rd year stats were good. He went into his contract year. He got injured. He played worse. And then he also got suspended. So what I'm saying is these are the things he fails to mention. You can't finesse everybody, Kwame Brown. Like, there are some people out there that understand sports, right? They understand how basketball works, money. You kept talking about how Gilbert recommended his agent to you. He gave it. So players recommend agents all the time. Gilbert's agent, do you know how much money Gilbert's agent got him? But yet you want to blame Gilbert's agent and Gilbert for you missing out on your money, missing out on your payday when it was your consistent injury history, your bad attitude that get reported on in the media by Eddie George and all these things. Look, these are all things. Everything that Gilbert Arenas said are things that you can actually go back and fact check. There's not one thing that Kwame said that you can go back and fact check. He talks about, remember what he said? He talked about some woman that Gilbert Arenas supposedly had stole from him, right? Gilbert said, get the woman on here and we'll ask her. Kwame Brown said he knew the woman's name. He literally remembered the side piece's name from 20 years ago. And go get her. You have a humongous platform. It's probably not too difficult for you to go get her, bring her onto the show, and then ask the people publicly. I'm pretty sure she's not going to be too happy about being outed and exposed as a side chick, right? So she may not come on for that alone. But some of these things are just like just stupid to me. And again, I compel people, man. All you got to do is just do a little research. Right? I'd never just take somebody's word for it. Kwame Brown says that Gilbert Arenas cost him money. For one, just like Gilbert Arenas said, that sounds stupid. It doesn't even make sense logically just to say that. Basketball, just like when I had to call Kwame Brown out saying that these media, Stephen A. Smith, cost players money. You know what I asked Kwame Brown? I said, what players lost money because of Stephen A. Smith? Stephen A. Smith was going after Kwame Brown the hardest. Yet you blame losing your money. You don't blame it on Stephen A. Smith. You blame it on Gilbert Arenas. Yet when you're on my podcast, you say Stephen A. Smith is costing these players money, and he targeted you the most, especially during that time when you were playing like a bust. Everything contradicts itself. It's backwards. Again, in one instance, you want to blame Stephen A. Smith. Then you can't name a player that lost money because of Stephen A. Smith. In the next instant, you want to blame Gilbert. You don't say anything about Stephen A. Smith costing you money, even though him and Sally Jenkins were the two people killing you in the media. Yet it was Gilbert introducing you to some agent. What is it? I honestly believe Kwame just says stuff in the moment and completely forgets about things that he said in the past. And this is why people like Tommy Sotomayor, look, I don't agree with Tommy Sotomayor about everything. But generally when Tommy Sotomayor talks about Kwame Brown, he's usually right. Because Kwame Brown literally makes it easy for you to dissect some of his things, right? And just you can go to the video and you can look at two opposing statements and be like, those two things don't go together. Just like in this instance right here, when he tells me when I take a sip of a bottle of water is nervous energy, right? I'm being nervous. I'm being disrespectful, right? Even though you guys can clearly see during the entire live stream, even when I was on his platform, I never spoke over him. Yet he says I spoke over him. These are just lies. I don't know if he just makes this stuff up in his head as he goes. But then Gilbert Arenas challenges him on the same thing. Put the beer down, man. You're not answering no questions. You acting weird. You looking crazy, right? You ducked and evaded when they asked you to hit the link to the start to start the video. You were in the chat being a chat warrior and you wasn't coming up, right? It took him taunting you for almost an hour before you decided to man up and get on the panel. And then when you get on the panel, you just get to throwing out insults similar to what you did on me on FYF Sports. You evaded every question similar to what you did on FYF Sports, right? And then you say hypocritical things. And when you don't have an answer for something, you say the white man told you to tell that, or you're reading from a script. Kwame, what I advise you do, Kwame, you need to get a script immediately. Because you can't remember one argument from to the next. You absolutely can't remember everything. You can't remember what you said yesterday and you'll say something that completely contradicts it the next day. This is a perfect example. It's on video. Kwame fans, I know you're going to be upset about this video. I know you're going to be like, why are you talking about Kwame again? But he just makes it too easy. And this is something I absolutely had to call out. Because he was extremely petty with me for drinking water. Yeah, when Gilbert does the same thing, now Gilbert's using white boy tactics. So one thing we know for certain now, according to Kwame Brown's logic, is that he loves using white boy tactics because that's what he told Gilbert he was doing. And again, if you are using white boy tactics and you spend your entire live streams on Weak Weasel Wednesdays calling other black men, you're calling them out saying they're using white boy tactics and all that. Well, again, you're a victim of the same things. You are a perpetuator of the same things that you say all of these other black men do. Right? The funny thing is the key word in that is all of these other black men that you talk about. Just like you accuse Gilbert Arenas of talking about all of these other black athletes when you couldn't name one black athlete that he's tore down in the media. You couldn't name one. And when he asked you, you just looked around and you went to a whole nother topic because you can't name one. I actually watch Gilbert Arenas' content. I watch what he says about LeBron James. Then I hear what you say about LeBron James. 1 minute you're praising him. And then the next minute, just like you said earlier when your channel first popped off, you said LeBron James' school was fake. I bet you don't remember that though, because again, you're always making contradicting statements. You can't remember one thing to the next. You have no consistency in none of your talking points. These are the things that you do. Right? So when you look at your videos and you see why whenever you are making an attempt to talk about something genuine or righteous, why your views drop, is because nobody cares. Because I think even your own fan base understands that you are a hypocritical person, you're a contradicting person, and none of the things that you say make sense. And every time you get backed into a corner, you say white boy tactics, you're reading from scripts, and you say all of these, you say all of these pre-recorded quotes just to divert from the topic because you absolutely have no answers. And you do this on every platform where you get challenged. Remember, you're on Mr. Skinny's platform here. Mr. Skinny wasn't muting anybody. Mr. Skinny wasn't kicking nobody off. And this is why you ran to those weak tactics, because you didn't control the mute button. When I went to your platform, you know what you did to me? You overtalked me, something that you said I did, but that's not what the video shows. You overtalked me. You didn't let me say my piece. You asked me to come on for one, just to overtalk me. You actually overtalked me, right? You said I disrespected you, yet when I came to your platform, you were the one calling me out my name, calling me bitches and hoes and all of those things. When you come to my platform, no one over there called you out your name, especially me. So you make all these claims that I did, yet there's nothing documented that shows that. But there's documentation on video, you doing those same things to me. Yet you have excuse after excuse for why you do it to me and other people. But when they do it to you, is white boy tactics. They're weak weasels. They're attacking black men. Man, salute to Gilbert Arenas for pulling up, man. I applaud anybody, right, who goes into foreign territory, man, hits the link and pulls up to contest these allegations. This is exactly what I do to people that like to put FYF Sports between their lips, right? The biggest surprise on people's face is when they in that StreamYard and they see that FYF Sports, especially if they know they've been talking greasy about FYF Sports, and they see that FYF Sports logo pop up in the backstage, and it's undeniable. You have to let me in. You have to let me in, right? And whether you let me talk or not, you usually end up exposing yourself for who you are, right? This is the person that Kwame Brown is. This is who he is. Just this small example, these two clips define who this man is. Watching the video with Gilbert Arenas completely defines who this man is. His talking points are not consistent. He blames everybody. Remember what we read. What the Washington Wizards GM said when Kwame was booted out of town and sent to LA. The man blames everyone. He plays victim. And that's exactly what we see on YouTube, right? When things aren't going his way, he starts to blame everyone else and he plays victim mode as if he's the one that's getting attacked. And it's just so weird to watch this man play victim with Gilbert Arenas as if this is something that Gilbert instigated when the only thing he did was be a good teammate and defend you when Vlad TV tried to bait him into saying something negative. This is exactly what I want any of my teammates to do, right? If they felt somebody or reporter or in an interview, somebody was baiting them to talk down on me, another teammate, right? This is exactly what you will want a teammate to do. Speak highly of you, right? Boost you up in a bigger light, even though it's undeserving, even though the world with two eyes knows that you were a complete bust in the NBA. You were not worthy of a number one pick. Gilbert was gracious enough to say that you would still be number 3. But we all know, again, that was just a favor from a teammate. There's no way in hell you would get picked at number 3 again after what we've seen, right? And it's not because of your play. It's not because of any physical impurities or impurities, anything like that. It's because of this right here. You mentally weak. You mentally weak, right? You went viral. Salute to you for going viral, right? Salute to Kwame Brown for going viral. You know what? But Kwame Brown, I would say you need to you need to just look at yourself. Look at what you've kind of turned into, my guy. This is what you've turned into, right? The fame came back. Remember, you were nothing on YouTube for the longest. Nobody was talking about you. Nobody cared about your message. You go viral. You went viral, right? Remember, going viral is not because you did something great. I know you got on Gilbert Arenas. Kwame Brown got on Gilbert Arenas, right? He said, have you went viral, Gilbert? Have you went viral, Gilbert? Well, no. He actually has a highly successful basketball podcast. He didn't need to go viral, right? It's different when you have to grind your way to 400,000 subscribers, or when you go viral and you have a fake fan base that shows up overnight for the drama, and now you're seeking drama. You're seeking the Housewife of Atlanta drama just to appease the fan base that came. with more drama. So this is what you do. This is what, based on what I've seen, you seeking out drama. You sought out this drama with Gilbert Arenas. One, because you saw he had a successful podcast, and you knew that he had a big following on social media, right? You knew that there were some negative things that you saw in that locker room you could potentially use against him, and try to just throw darts out there, and hopefully he could get you to respond to one, right? I've seen you try this with DJ Envy. Even though he had nothing to do with the Charlemagne situation, you brought up DJ Envy and his wife, right? Again, throwing darts, hoping that somebody who's popping in the social media world, right, in the hip hop culture, will bite and respond to you. You've done this with Chris Broussard, right? You did this with Michael Wilbon, and you've thrown these darts at a number of people, most of which don't respond, right? When the Matt Barnes and the Steven Jackson situation died down, because it only died down because they stopped responding, and you sought out a new drama. So now Hassan Campbell was your next target, all right? And now every time you get a chance, Hassan Campbell does not talk about you anymore, but you're constantly bringing his name up. What is Hassan Campbell? Why Hassan Campbell? Well, he has a humongous following, right? And you know you can throw darts, and maybe you'll hit on something and he'll respond, and you'll have a new drama. Same with Tommy Sotomayor, the guy that's called the king of controversy. Well, we all know that he's gonna go back and forth with you. That's what he does. So, you know, again, all you have to do is say the name Tammy. You have to flip flop on some of the things you say, be highly contradicting in your words, right? Lie about a few things, finesse a few things, play victim over here. And Tommy Sotomayor is going to eat through you. And that gives you a back and forth right there. You're seeking drama. Stop hiding behind the facade of trading in codes, something you don't know nothing about, something that you're not perpetuating or pushing in your own household, something, again, you don't care. Remember Kwame Brown. If you talk about trading in codes, do you remember? See, the thing is, I remember everything. You remember what you said when you first went viral. You told a story about how your son, you told this story, not me. You told this story about how your son wanted to be a barber. And you told him, you can't make no money doing that. Your son had a valuable trade that he wanted to expound upon, and you told him not to pursue it because it wasn't very lucrative. That was a trade. That's a trade. You're pushing for trades and coding in schools. Being a barber is a trade. Yet you said in your own video, and again, if you want to call me a liar, I can do what I did now and put the two clips together and we can compare them. So let's not go down that road, because again, I think about these things. I remember those things. And this is what you said. You contradict yourself every time you open your mouth. Yet you can't remember them. So is there some truth to what Gilbert Arenas said? That you're an alcoholic, and maybe this is what's kind of jumbling up your brain cells, and you can't remember one day to the next? I don't know what's going over there. I honestly don't know what's going on in this man's brain, right? But the worst thing he could have did was be inebriated and pull up to talk to Gilbert Arenas, because this wasn't a good look, not to me at least. And then for you to do the hypocritical things live on his show, for Gilbert to tell you to put the drink down, and then you say it's white boy tactics, yet you do the same thing on my show. You tell me I'm drinking, it's nervous energy, this disrespectful, all that and the other. Again, it's just not a good look, man. You guys, hit the comments up, man. Let me know what you think about this topic, man. I didn't mean for this to drag on long, this long. But again, there's a track record of inconsistencies here. And that's what we like to pull out here, man. We like to drop the max ether on people who like to lie, be hypocritical, make fools of themselves, right? Kwame Brown right here, you know? So again, salute to Kwame Brown's YouTube channel. Look, the man's making a lot of money on YouTube. You've seen the man. Now he's wearing, like I said, he's wearing the Versace robes, man. He's wearing the designer shades, man. The same things he criticized me for when he first saw my podcast background. He talked about, oh, you got all the Jordans back there in the shoes, man. This is a shoe collection. It really didn't cost me that much money. But he pointed out the material things. Yet he flashes material things when he goes live. The Versace robe that he now is wearing in every live, the designer shades and things of that nature. Hypocritical once again, man. Like I said, man, you guys let me know what you think about this video. Let me know Is Kwame Brown just extremely hypocritical and inconsistent on his takes? Did the video lie? Is the video lying? Or am I just making this up? Did I do some type of special editing to finesse this? Again, make sure my eyes ain't tricking me on this. You guys, again, I trust you guys to be honest with me. Let me know in the comments what you think, man. If you need to fact check anything that I say, man, if you want to call me out to a head-to-head debate, man, like I said, man, the link is always open on my channel. And as you guys saw, when Kwame Brown pulled up, I let him talk his talk. There was no over talking, none of that stuff. Come on, let's stop with those lies, right? But be careful coming to defend Kwame Brown, because I will make you look like a fool. I will make a spoof video out of you. So yeah, come one, come all. If you are a Kwame Brown supporter, if you really want to support him and you really want to debate me on some of these hypocritical talking points that splurge out of his mouth every single day that he talks, like I said, the live stream is always open. I have yet to see one person have the balls to click the link and challenge me on this. I've had a few people click the link to talk the basketball side of it. Again, that's just basketball. But you know what? Let's do what Kwame Brown said. Let's not talk basketball. Let's just talk about the man, like what he said. Let's talk about the man, right? And we'll see who wins that debate, man. All challenges are welcome, man. Whenever we go live, man, just pull up, hit the link, and we'll see. Best man may win. Hey, it's FYF Sports, man. Another great podcast episode. We'll be back with more sports and news, man. Make sure you guys, again, if you're not getting the notifications to our videos for whatever reason, I don't know what's going on wrong with that. If you're not getting the notifications, unsubscribe, subscribe again, and hit the notification bell. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. All right, we drop notifications for all videos there as well. Once again, salute to Mr. Skinny, man. Great podcast yesterday. Way to moderate. I love that. I loved how you moderated that whole situation right there. You let those two brothers hash it out. So again, the link to that video is going to be in the description. And again, salute to Kwame Brown. He's hella inconsistent. He's hella hypocritical. But you know what? YouTube is a business, and I guess he's finding a way to fool the we the people crowd. Right? He's giving you guys a slogan. He's turned you guys into one of those groups, and we see what you guys have become. So salute to the we the people coach. It's FYF Sports, and we out.
Use a goddamn lie. Thinking I ain't getting more than use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't about that life, then use a goddamn lie. If you think we thinking twice, then use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't count money, use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't getting more than use a goddamn lie. If you think we thinking twice, use a goddamn lie. Hey, hoes gon' be hoes, and niggas gon' be niggas. Hustlers gon' be dealers, and niggas gon' pull triggers. Yeah, I'm worse than IRS. I came to collect. If you ain't got no money, just pay me in respect. Yeah, Martin Luther, Malcolm Young. Yeah, I paid the way. Man, you niggas acting like I still won't hop out with that cake. Man, I can't even sleep, too busy plotting on you busters. If I'm ever in the spot, then I'm ballin' on you suckers. If a nigga told you different, then he motherfucking lied. Bitch, I do this shit until I'm motherfucking tired. Hopped off the porch when I was 12 to get no rest. If I ever lied, then let them 40s hit me in my chest. Use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie. Thinking I ain't getting more than use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't about that life, then use a goddamn lie. If you think we thinking twice, then use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't count money, use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't getting money, use a goddamn lie. If you think we thinking twice, you use a goddamn lie. Hey, nigga, you a lie, and you motherfucking know it. And all that gangsta shit you niggas talking, yeah, I'm for it. That hating ass shit only gon' get you so far. Then you turn around and look around, and nigga, there you are, in the same damn place, damn night with no progress. To be this nigga here, it takes a process. First you gotta hit the block like a real nigga. Then you gotta hit the booth and straight kill niggas. I don't feel niggas, but you bet they felt me. Be a cold day in hell before they melt me. Got my first block and hit the block, didn't get no rest. If I ever lie, then let them 40s hit me in my chest. Use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie. Thinking I ain't getting more than use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't about that life, then use a goddamn lie. If you think we thinking twice, then use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie.
real jails, real prisons and everything. That's why I put the God on this truth in every bar. Man, it's cold out here, got a heater in every car. See my first $250,000 when I was 12, didn't get no rest. If I ever lied and let them voters hit me in my chest. Use a goddamn lie, use a goddamn lie. Thinking I ain't getting money, use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't about that life, then use a goddamn lie. If you think we thinking twice, then use a goddamn lie. Use a goddamn lie, use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't count money, use a goddamn lie. Thinking we ain't getting money, use a goddamn lie. If you think we thinking twice, you use a goddamn lie. Hey,
don't talk about it, be about it. See me, I kill competition, so I be about it.